Hey everybody, it's Marina from Cyclical Thought, bringing you sustainable organic solutions to help you create, grow, and thrive. So today I've got a video where I'm going to talk about my favorite weekly spreads. So I've been bullet journaling since August of last year, and in that time I've gone through these two bullet journals. Well, I've gone through this one fully, but this one is the one I'm currently in. So I do have a couple of favorite weekly spreads. I'll show you a little bit about how my weekly spreads have changed over time. It hasn't changed too much once I found what I liked, but I will show you a couple of those spreads. So let's jump right into it. So originally, I started off my bullet journaling with doing full page dailies. Because I thought, oh, okay, I'll put my, a journal entry on my page, and then, everything else, and I can do little sketches like this for wiring the house and stuff. But I realized that wasn't functional because I didn't do journal entries every day. And if I did, I can always just have a page set aside for the week. And I figured that spacing worked better for me. So I went through this journal really fast just because of having this set up for a couple of weeks. And I did do it for a couple of weeks. And for this, let's see, I'll show you so I started doing weekly spreads, and then I realized, wait, this totally doesn't work for me. It's not functional for my lifestyle. So I just kind of jumped into doing dailies, and then here, let's find the next one. Because after that, I realized that this was the kind of system that would work for me, where it's got a whole bunch of days on one page, or, one spread. Because then I can kind of keep an eye on, okay, this is what the next days hold for me. Then I've got a grocery shopping list here, and I really like to have the moon phase on my page. Not only is it beautiful, but it helps me to gauge how much time has gone by in a way because of the moon cycles and everything. So, originally I really liked having these little flourishes. I saw it somewhere on Instagram, I don't remember where. But yeah, so that's the first weekly spread that worked really well for me. After that I was like, ooh, I'm sticking with this. Then this one, yeah, I goofed around with all the little designs here. So here I've got kind of a honeybee theme. Got a little fat bee there, and then there's just a whole bunch of hexagons, like honeycombs. So here I've got this Halloween spread, and this is pretty much where I found that I like to have just the word and the day. Because that is very succinct, and if it's big and curly like this, I'm like, this is Thursday, this is Friday. It's very bold, I can tell what's going on. I know what's a task, I know what's a heading. Very clear, and I don't really like to use colors that often, so this is something that looks good in black and white, so that's something that's really important for me. I do like to do collaging because it was Halloween. I threw a whole bunch of stuff on here, and I feel like it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Oh, here, yeah, so I kept experimenting after finding that system that worked for me. So these are some of those stamps that I showed in my yearly spread. I experimented with these. This didn't really work for me, again, because these are so large. I feel like this stamp set, let's see, there's another one back here. Yeah, this whole stamp set, I feel like is a lot better for yearly spreads or something that is going to be a list you reference, because it takes up so much space and you want it to be a bold thing. Whereas, the way I do my weekly spreads, or daily/weekly spreads, I tend to have all of my stuff a little bit more succinct and compact, because I don't want to use up all my pages. So this is my current bullet journal. I've pretty much just kept with the same system. Not too much has changed. Let's get to that first page. There we go. So yeah, just the same big old letters. I do, whenever I find something cute that I really like, instead of saving it, I've decided to just glue it into my bullet journal. So there's a couple stamps I found. That way I could remember when I had it, and I don't need to think about, oh, what's a project I can use that on? I just throw it in here and then it's done. Let's see the next one. Yeah, same old, same old. Once again, I do like to have the moon phase. And also, I've realized after having this in my bullet journal that when the full moon comes, I totally do go crazy. I know that's a thing that, is folklore or myth or whatever, but there's some science behind that. Homicide rates go up, suicide rates go up, a whole bunch of crazy statistics change during the full moon, and I've noticed definitely after recording this, I'm like, wait, I'm feeling crazy. Oh, okay, it is the full moon, that makes sense. But yeah, I do like to have a moon on there, and I tried doing this boho berry system with the blocking in the time tracking ahead of time. And I've kind of realized it doesn't really work for me because, I don't know, maybe it's just me being a farmer and my priorities tend to change throughout the day, so You know, like my boyfriend will say, oh, we need to do this. And I'm like, oh, okay, like a Craigslist pickup or something. So that kind of throws wrenches in the works, but it's the priority of what's going on. So there's a lot of things like that. So I feel like this is kind of futile for me in a way. And just having my actual to-do list is enough to keep me on track, help me stay focused, and let me focus on what really needs to get done. And tell me what your guys' favorite spreads are. Do you really like to have the moon phase in yours? Do you record the weather? I think that's something I might end up doing this year too, because farming, it's important to know what the weather is. So I think I might start doing that. So I would love it if you guys were to send me pictures of your favorite spreads on Instagram. I'm at Cyclical Thought, and I'll absolutely like up all of your photos because I love seeing different and creative weekly spreads or, you know, daily spreads, depending on how you use them. I want to get new ideas because it's always going to change things up. Even though the system works really well for me, it might not work well for me down the road. So I'd love to keep some new ideas bouncing around. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching. And if you really like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more bullet journal videos, put your suggestions in the comment box down below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope this helped you to create, grow, and thrive. I love you guys. Bye.